The week has produced some scintillating performances in the UEFA Champions League, and for Nigeria, the under-20 Flying Eagles, to be precise, have done something for themselves that we will talk about. And of course, on the race track, talk about car racing is the Bahrain Grand Prix, as well as what's going on for the build-up to the second Grand Slam of the year. That's talking tennis. I'm talking about Barcelona Open, as well as for the women's competition in Stuttgart in Germany. Welcome to the weekend. It's Sports Trip on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. My name is Dari Johnson. Jimmy Ogun is here, held it down in the morning, and grateful for all of that. It's always betting out sports on the weekends, particularly. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. In fact, Monday to Friday, in the morning, you can always count on Olu Jimmy Dariogun. Jimmy, welcome to the show, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon. Feels great to be here. Thanks for the good words. But you deserve all the good words. The good words. 2 days ago was special. And yesterday was special. Today will be special. Forever will be special with you.
Amen.
It's been an honor. We've been doing this now together on this platform consistently for 7 years.
True.
And when you have to stand to cover for me, I don't have to check my back. When I have to do the same, it's been a very interesting one. So I'm not happy saying this because you are a Liverpoolian. But humanly speaking, if I remove the Liverpool part of you,
here we go.
I was doing my wishes for you some time ago, and I said I wish you all the best, especially for Liverpool defeating my team. I'm sorry, bro. I just have to put that out.
Here we go. There's no weekend that Jimmy does not go all out against Liverpool. I understand, but then I understand the fear of Liverpool. In Europe, no. But
let me say the fear now.
Why do you fear Liverpool so much? Because it's the Premier League against the Serie A. We're not even in the same league. We don't play in the same league, bro.
The thing is that the annoying part of Liverpool is when they say they are the king, one of the kings
because they are
Europe,
the king.
And they have not even won as many league titles as Manchester United.
And they're about to equal this season, because nobody's catching up to them. Ain't no stopping us now.
Is this why we are here, or you just want us to? This is why I don't. Let's continue with the show. Go on.
Well, to every Liverpool fan, you are a king, and if you're a woman, you are a queen. All right,
well,
because Liverpool is king.
To every Liverpool,
they are kings.
To every Liverpool fan,
the English Premier League for this season.
To every Liverpool fan, what goes around comes around.
I know that if they win the Premier League this time, they go back to the most successful English Premier League team in history, because
they now have the overall
because Champions League wise they have won more than any Premier League, and then the league they equaled Manchester United's 20 Premier League title, which of course could actually still be won again next season.
The first person to be winning.
And the good news now, one of the good news to every Liverpool fan is the fact that Captain Virgil van Dijk has just extended, just as Mo Salah.
And at the end of the day, Trent Alexander-Arnold will not extend.
You don't know that yet. Has he signed any contract with anybody?
It's not going to sign.
Anyways, welcome to the show. It's Sports Trip on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Remember that alongside Sports Update, we'll be giving you traffic update as well. And I want to tell you that you can be a part of the show. Just call us on 0809 9120777. You can send a WhatsApp message also using that same line. And please do not make a call while driving. It is prohibited. Okay? Me say, if I did there, I can punish you.
Yeah. So I will not just.
I'm just saying. It's a really terrible thing to do.
Yeah.
Not that I can, because you might even be bigger than I am. So how can I even punish you if you are bigger than? Inside.
Liverpool fans are rude, so I understand if you say you want to punish them.
But seriously speaking, please don't make a call or text or do anything that can distract you while you are behind the wheels and driving, and instead of focusing on what's in front of you on the roads, and then you want to pick up your phone and make a call because you remember that you have an idea that you want to share with a friend, or you want to even be a part of the show Sports Trip this afternoon on Lagos Traffic Radio, please don't do it. If you want to do any of that, please park your car by the side of the road and make your calls or send your messages. Then you return to the roads, drop in your phone, and go back. Go back to where, focusing on where you're going to, your destination. I beg go. All right. Okay, we start with traffic updates now. Let's just do that, and we'll go straight from there to what's going to happen in Bahrain this weekend. And still the same thing I keep saying to Jimmy, what really is going to happen this season with Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton? But we'll get to that. Traffic updates now. Let's see what we have on the roads. As the last report says that Jodu Beja flash update, a two-story building collapsed at Oremeta Street. Really? Jodu off Ogunusi Road with all right, a lot of people injured there. But then the rescue teams on ground, all the rescue teams that you can't think of on ground to rescue the people being involved, but it's not affecting the traffic. And of course, traffic managers are visible doing the needful. It's really important that we take care of our environment, our buildings. That's why Lagos Building Control, they keep coming on Lagos Traffic Radio, all the shows, the Oga Victor's show, Side Mirror, and even on Lunchtime Waka, and Jimmy, even on Boshin Law, the Yoruba speaking program. They come and they give awareness, they create awareness, telling us that it's important that we take care of our buildings from ground up. It's important that all of this are being prevented. Be cool now. All right. Update says that excavator has arrived at the collapsed building at Oremeta Street. The funny thing is, it's a place that I pass through, driving particularly. So I know that area, but...
All right. We hope the casualties are not as big as people might think.
Hope so.
Yes, and let's just continue. Yeah.
Of course. We have to continue. Let's continue with updates, more updates. Now, on behalf of Wariwa Division, and this is coming from Lagos Ibadan Expressway, I report. Okay, this is just a thank you message to the traffic manager. So we know that they are doing an exceptional job, and so we also thank them even from here in the studio. Thank you, the man. Okay. Aye Bede Nutayi. Okay, I hope I pronounced it well. Moving on from there now to Formula One this weekend. It is Bahrain Grand Prix, Jimmy. What do we have for Formula One this weekend? Yet, Lewis Hamilton has not impressed. Ferrari not already regretting that they signed Lewis Hamilton?
It's the 5th Grand Prix of the year.
This is show up now. Finish on the podium. He hasn't finished on the podium.
Well, it's not just about him and Ferrari. It's what Lewis Hamilton. When was the last time even a Ferrari driver finished in the top 5? So Lewis Hamilton.
But Charles Leclerc was always, coming fourth. Okay, as Lewis Hamilton finished 4th or even 5th.
And now as Leclerc also finished ahead of him this season. I'm just telling you that. So maybe Ferrari themselves are not as vintage as we used to think anymore. And also when you realize the fact that...
That's a good point, though.
And also when you realize the fact that a whole lot is going to change from next year. See, from next year, we are going to have new rules that are likely not going to favor anybody anymore. And you know the way this team does. They may actually be planning ahead. I mean, already ready to take out of the bullet for this season, and then for the new season, adjust their cars to the new rules, thereby being better than any other team in the competition. However, when you wait all these resourceful years, eventful years in the past, waiting for a new adventure, is going to say a whole lot about your team. It's going to say about how you are negligent about the present because you want to achieve a lot in the future. You did not know what other oppositions are planning. And also, when you realize the fact that it's becoming like emergence. It was Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull. Now we are having McLaren. I mean, take the lead. So when you put the blame on Ferrari and Lewis Hamilton, a time is coming where the blame will also be on Verstappen and Red Bull. Why? Because another team is getting a strong hold of the title, the Drivers' Championship, the Constructors' Championship. They are rewriting it. They don't have the number one driver you usually see in the big boys. Now they have a 1 and 2. Maybe that are at par Oscar Piastri and then Lando Norris. And they are working so well for the team and for their individual goal. What they've done so far is that they've been able to push Verstappen not even to second but to third, which means their biggest driver is not even close to their number one driver. So at the end of the day, it boils down to one thing. It boils down to the emergence of the new team we are saying, all thanks to their driver, not necessarily having a number one driver in the team. And then when you have not even Red Bull in number one, now not even a Mercedes in number one, who you have in number one is now McLaren. The implication is that even a Ferrari we have to learn. And I think that is what we are having.
Right.
Not to take anything away from the fact that Lewis Hamilton have not been vintage. But then again, it's a new season, a new team, cut him some slack.
All right, we're going to cut him some slacks, but for this weekend, what should we expect, Jimmy? Is it still going to be the Ferrari versus, the McLaren versus the Red Bull?
I think it's going to be McLaren versus McLaren.
Oh, really?
Yes. What we've seen this season so far is that the best of the drivers have been seen at the qualifiers. And when you have the 1 and 2, particularly Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri coming up 1 and 2, then you will see one of them at the end of the day going head-to-head with Verstappen, who is likely going to give that opportunity to one of the other drivers to win. And in most cases, it's Oscar Piastri going toe-to-toe with Verstappen, then Lando Norris winning. So I think it's a battle between who is going to battle with McLaren for the other driver to win. So it's McLaren title this weekend to lose.
The one last weekend.
Yeah, the one in Paris.
So you think they're going to win this weekend again?
I don't have any doubt. You know the good thing is that
shouldn't I expect that this year is going to be even tougher season for Red Bull, because last season they almost lost the Drivers' Championship title.
And see, how do you explain when your number 2 is not even as good as the person you sacked for him?
True, Sha, it's true, because that one needs to protect the number one. They need to do a 1-2 blocking.
Do you know that he crashed in his first practice session? So it says a whole lot. Like when you don't have someone to back you up and you are the only one just fighting the battle against this intelligence beast. So what it means is that he's on his own. He's doing a low human's job for himself and for the team. So I still think that it's McLaren's title to lose right here in Saudi Arabia. Maybe at the second half of the season, we will see a new thing. But in this first half of the season, the first 7 races, the first 10 races rather, forget it too. McLaren don't get something.
McLaren. So Jimmy favors McLaren ahead of the Red Bull. Okay, we'll see what happens.
I favor McLaren. That means everything in McLaren ahead of Max Verstappen. Don't say Max Verstappen. I don't like the guys.
But Red Bull is McLaren. Red Bull is Verstappen. Verstappen is Red Bull. Anyways, I get your point. Moving on from there now.
Maybe the cars are not even that good, and Verstappen has been the one helping.
Max Verstappen has been exceptional. We saw that even before he got promoted to Formula One.
Yes.
It was the popularity. It was the fact that he made a name for himself, even from the Formula 2.
Yeah.
The way he was promoted to Formula 1, it was a surprising event.
17 so, in the middle of the season.
It was a surprising event. So obviously he's one driving Red Bull, because ordinarily it would still have been Lewis Hamilton winning his 8th championship title had it not been
That's
Verstappen.
why I don't even want him to win his 5th, because if he win the 5th, he'll win the 6th, he'll win the 7th.
And then he equals the 2 greats. Who is he, by the way?
Who are you, by the way? You now want to equal my guy's record.
Okay, let's move on to tennis now. I see that the build-up to second Grand Slam of the year, talking about the French Open, the clay court season, is getting some distractions. I'm not talking about distractions for the players. I'm talking about the fans. Fans are now confused as to whether or not they should count on seeing a particular or some players in the French Open. Djokovic, he gets embarrassed these days now by other players. It doesn't even
Getting
get to the
knocked out in the first
quarterfinals.
round. Uh-uh.
And you have Tsitsipas also being the defending champion of a particular event.
And
Gets knocked
then-
out.
Yes, that's right at the Barcelona Open.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's happening? It's now
What's left?
Zverev showing his muscle, and then there's Alcaraz also saying, "Okay, yes, I'm here." And then in the women's category, Arina Sabalenka
I'm
also.
sure Zverev
Where is she, by the way?
Zverev is in the Munich Open, Alcaraz in the Barcelona Open.
Yes.
Yeah, and then in the Stuttgart Open, you have the women also flexing
Yes,
their
yes.
muscle. Well, Dre, I think this is what we've seen.
Sorry, before you continue, that means had it not been the 3-month ban of Sinner, it will be
would have
taking
been
all of it.
sweeping
It will be
everything.
taking everything.
So that is why I'm waiting for the Italian Open. I'm waiting for the Italian Open because it's going to start 3 days after. It's going to start 3 days after. What's the name now? Jannik Sinner returned from his suspension.
And I'm sure he's not sleeping. He's training.
Before. He's even been talking, just 2 weeks ago or last week, we were talking about how he said he felt his suspension was unfair. So, and this week as well, there's been talk of why and all of that concerning his ban. So, it looks like maybe there's no one who has been able to hold a grip of that title challenge like Jannik Sinner, not even a Zverev who is world number 2, or even a Alcaraz who is world number 3, or a Djokovic who is in the top 10. It shows they are missing the leadership we have in Sabalenka in the women category, Iga Swiatek in the women's category. You know that once Sabalenka is not available, then there's an opportunity for Iga Swiatek to take over. Sinner is not available. There's been no one who can beat his chest to say, you know what, in the absence of the king, I am the kingmaker, so I will sit on the throne. We don't have that yet. So at the end of the day, maybe the male category, like Serena said 2 days ago, still no Sinner.
I'm actually looking at Sinner's William's statement actually concerning Sinner.
Yes, because she said if this was me, I would have been given 20 years ban.
We
and
said
some of
that.
the Grand
We
Slams
actually
would have
said
been
that
drawn.
there's some sort of hidden move.
Dre, what if what he said is true? Is this word against your word? And when you did the testing, there was little.
If he's truly innocent, if he's truly innocent, why give him a ban in the first place?
You can't let go when you can see traces of it. He didn't deny not having.
The ban, that 3 months is a slap on the wrist. In fact, it's not even it's a kiss on the cheek.
Okay, so this is it.
It's a peck.
This is.
You don't give somebody a ban of 3 months for doping, whether or not he's innocent. It's either you don't punish him or you punish him well.
I'm an advocate of one thing, that banned substances sometimes. I think athletes are going through a lot to stay clean. They are going through a lot. They don't live lawman life like you and I. They can't take a bottle of water except they check the content of ordinary water. They can't take, when you now talk of fused drink, any other.
But they even get a production company that supplies them. So if anything happens now, them will carry blame.
You see the way they read the content before. They can't even eat ordinary meat that we eat.
True.
I mean, there are some edibles that we eat that they can't eat few weeks before the tournament because of the nutrient content of such food. So there is.
So when it's Christmas or Easter now, they can't say they want to flex like me.
Wouldn't be. And when you consider tennis is a round the clock event, even in December they are playing, January they resume playing, February they are still playing. So there is no break for them. So that means for 30 years you will see a Djokovic that is dedicated to the sport and not allowed to live a life of a normal human being. So a mistake from that kind of athlete.
They can't take all of this because there are.
So little mistake from such athletes, it becomes a propaganda. It becomes the news everyone is talking about. Is used to doping, systematic doping, all kinds of name. Is a drug addict and all that. And it may just be a drop of such things like that. But then again, I don't pity them the hand so much.
That's why I don't pity them.
If me say they collect me.
I don't want bully anyway.
I know.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it pans out at the end of the day. We are getting
3 months event. They are getting 60 million.
60 million
In euros, so
man.
Me say,
No, now. Shebi, me, I already have some soldiers at home that I'm going. Anyways, we'll see what happens. You see, I just tell you, I'm a manager now of one of the biggest prospects. moving on. Let's talk Nigeria now. The under 20, the Flying Eagles. A story about them, and I'm talking about beating local club in final test game, beating Murak 2-1 in the test game in Abuja on Friday. We really haven't had a good time, time to talk about on the H team in Nigeria. One of the days where we had the under 17 winning FIFA World Cup and the under 20 playing competition on the continent and doing well and even qualifying for FIFA World Cup under 20. We can't even talk about the events as far back as 2005, and I'm talking about Mikel Obi's final match loss to Lionel Messi's Argentina at the time. Even though they lost in the final, it was a big achievement for these players. But after then, what have we had? And we're talking about this year now on the H team. What do we still have?
We are 7-time African champions. We are a team that is it's an under 20, and maybe you expect these players to hone up to their mistakes. I mean, to show some of their vulnerabilities. But like you said, it is not just in the competition. It's in what happens after the competition. The way this are these the best of legs we can take to the tournament? I don't know, but I think Aloy Zibarra has done a very good job. He's proven to be a good talent hunting manager. Based on Hell Academy Warriors, which you've seen him do, I'll give him a benefit of that. Some talents have left for Europe among them, but then again, there are lots of talents in Africa and Nigeria to pick from at the underage competition. We wish them all the best. Bameyi, Areyo of the Beyond Limits teams and the like. So, but hey, let's wait and see what happens with the Flying Eagles.
All right, on the 20 African Cup of Nations, they will be facing in Group B.
First Morocco,
Tunisia, Morocco, Kenya.
That's a very tough group.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Morocco, we know that they invest a lot in young players so that they can, prove themselves.
Morocco in the final of the
under 17. No, it's the men. Is it women?
Yes.
It's women.
Yes.
They face Mali.
Yes, now in the final.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's to tell you what the level of investment they are putting into this. So
we are looking at the next Ashraf Hakimi in women and even the men.
Yes. So and their women football has been growing. They won the last Nations Cup. They were in the final of the Nations Cup at the World Cup as well. Women's category equivalent to where Nigeria was dropped out of the competition. Olympics, they were not that bad, but then again, Nigeria is still the best in Africa, though.
Of course, we are still the best in Africa. Moving on. What?
We've won 9.
Yes, they're not for cautious. Who then be? Anyways, moving on from there now to Nigeria Premier Football League this weekend. We have Lobby Stars and Enugu Rangers coming up today. Enyimba Kano Pillars also coming up today. Katsina facing Abia Warriors coming up today as well. Now, tomorrow we'll see Niger Tornadoes facing Bayelsa United. Academy Warriors will welcome Ikorodu City Rivers United versus Sunshine Stars. Continuing with Heartland hosting Kwara United, Shooting Stars, Remo Stars. That's a game, Southwest Derby, if I'm not mistaken there. Plateau United, Aqua United, then Bendel Insurance versus Nasarawa United. Now, for the table standings, position in Remo Stars still leading with 62 points after 33 games. Rivers United in second place with 55 points. That's a wide margin there between the first and second. That's a good one also. The Abia Warriors in third with 53 points. Ikorodu City in fourth with 52 points. Ikorodu City, thinking last season, they almost got relegated.
No, Ikorodu City just gained promotion into the NPFL. This is their debut season in the league.
No. It was actually the beginning of the season.
Yes,
that
they
struggled, and then the coach was changed.
And then they picked up from there. To think that the interim manager,
I know that they struggled one time.
Of the team. Yes, it was the interim manager, and then things turned around. They became the manager of the team. They've been on a roller coaster. At some point, I think they were on about 7 games winning streak, home and away, unbeaten, and they've maintained they've been maintaining 4.
You should actually get the coach, to Traffic Radio Sports now weekend.
Get his due. We should do that. Let's do that next week.
Okay.
In the English Premier League games coming up this weekend, Brentford against Liverpool, Brentford against Brighton. I don't like Liverpool that much. Crystal Palace against Bournemouth, Everton against Manchester City. Look like an interesting game, not as interesting as what you have in Aston Villa against Newcastle United, West Ham against already relegated Southampton. Come tomorrow, Fulham against Chelsea, London derby, West Ham against Arsenal, Manchester United against Wolves. Manchester United are in cloud 9 after their 9-goal thriller against Lyon. Leicester City against Liverpool. Go on Leicester City for the encounter. Yesterday, Espanyol defeated today's Valencia just the and we also have Las Palmas against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid can't afford to drop points if they still have to win the league. Rayo Vallecano against Osasuna, Villarreal against Real Sociedad, Sevilla against Deportivo Alaves. Finally, Real Madrid against Atletico Bilbao. Atletico Bilbao wounded Real Madrid. Wounded Real Madrid. Now they are fighting for double. In the Italian Serie A, AS Roma against Hellas Verona, but before then we have Monza against Napoli today. Come tomorrow is Empoli against Venezia. Pick up the bunch for me is Bologna against Inter Milan. These two teams, one fighting for the league, the other fighting to gain access into the top 4. AC Milan against Atalanta should be the pick of the bunch.
Yes,
and 2 of them have been inconsistent. Torino against Udinese, Cagliari against Fiorentina, Genoa against wounded Lazio. The last is Parma against Juventus. I don't think we need to do the German Bundesliga, but if we have to, it's Empoli against Bayern Leverkusen, just the selected game now. Borussia Dortmund against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And then I feel like the runaway champions, personally speaking, and Bayern Munich away from home, they will be playing against Heidenheim.
All right, French League will see PSG against the Monaco and Strasbourg, and then there is Marseille and Montpellier. All right, Jimmy, practically this season, you want to rate Arsenal's season. No Premier League, I believe that. But Champions League, that achievement to get to the semi-final is really, we should stand and clap for them, shouldn't we? Well, but then they still have to face PSG, don't they?
They deserve to be celebrated. I mean, especially the quality.
Not that it's too special that they beat Madrid, but the fact that a lot of people did not rate them that much. Well, before the game.
Well, yes, before the game.
And I remember we made jest of them on the show here.
They deserve all of the credit.
Actually, it was not. It was evening, so they know that whose show is evening show.
So they deserve all of the credits. Honestly speaking, they did a whole lot, and they should enjoy it. However, they can't afford to take their face off the trophy. They still have Paris Saint-Germain to play, and then they have a team that stopped them before to play in the final. Because Inter stopped them already in the group stage. In the final, we are going to stop them again. So let them. We want them to see the trophy, but Inter should win it.
Okay, we'll be signing out now. But before we do, we have a call coming in from one of our live motorbike reporter, Jeremy. Jeremy, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, well done. How's your side going?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. So there was earlier reported incident at Oremeka, that is right after the Ubeja exit, where we have a 2-story building collapse. So I want to confirm to you, as reported, the entire street has been also cordoned off. There's no access to connect to the Oremeka to connect to the various destinations we plan to go. But aside from that, the traffic manager also mentioned the alternatives that they can use the Bakare or other streets beside the Senate Bank, or can also go to make a U-turn from the River Valley and then come back to connect that Akute Road. By so doing, we'll be able to avoid the situation right here in Oremeka.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
But aside from that, I can also confirm to you that, as mentioned earlier, the various authorities are right here to make sure that the situation is not out of hand. And the excavation, everything, the various officials are right here to make sure that they do the needful. As I'm talking, is ongoing. So I'll post the video of the situation right on our social media platform. So for more detail, Raphael Jeremy reporting.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. All right, before we sign out, because I know that area very well, let me, put my own contribution. Let me contribute my own quota. Coming from Akute, from Alagbode Sabo, and you are heading to that Oremeta Street, you want to link grammar school or you want to link FRSC, you can take that Adebo Wale from Sabo. Instead of getting all the way to Oremeta, take Adebo Wale Sabo to link grammar school or even the road safety and make a U-turn to go through the express. All right. But then, or if you are coming from the express, you don't need to go all the way to that Oremeta. Just turn at the foot statue by River Valley, that junction, and then enter the Kosoko Road and then make your way to your destination. Okay, that's about it. It's just the street, Oremeta Street. I don't believe it will affect the main road, the highway, talking about Ogunosi Road. It's just the Oremeta Street. There are alternative routes. There are Bakare Streets, Aino Streets, then Kusoko Road. So there you have it. This is as much as we can take on the show this afternoon sports trip on Lagos Traffic with 96.1 FM. And just finally, control room drop the message. Ojota, Maryland, flash updates. The Loma officials are parking sand at Ojota, Inward, Maryland, and has generated traffic that has backlogged to under the new pedestrian bridge at Ojota. Traffic managers are on ground managing the traffic situation. Jimmy, your final words on the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. And remember to stay sporty, stay healthy.
All right. Thanks also to the lady who has kept us company in the studio, Ejaife Mary Magdalene. My name is Dari Johnson. Good afternoon and God bless.